Well, with the end of the car buying season underway this year, things are a little different, of course. The COVID-19 pandemic may be driving some changes in the way people shop for a car, including using digital tools, researching financing options, and pre-qualifications ahead of time, and even spending less time in the actual dealership. Joining us to discuss is automotive expert Nick Miles. Welcome, Nick.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And, with COVID-19, everything has shifted and pivoted. Everything looks different. So tell us about the car industry and buying a car and how that looks different now.
Of course, everything's different with COVID-19. Car buying industry, no exception to that. We have noticed some changes in car buying habits. A lot of those people looking to buy new cars are getting into the car buying process a lot earlier into those digital tools than they were in the past. So they're entering the system a lot earlier and doing their research a lot earlier than they had been in previous years to the COVID-19 pandemic. We're seeing them get online and get into research for pre-qualifying for financing and to the purchasing way earlier than they had been before the COVID pandemic began.
Well, it makes a lot of sense. And it actually, everyone being online kind of benefits that way of purchasing a car. So how are things different, though? I mean, the fact that you might not be able to go into a dealership, how are, folks feeling about doing everything, even choosing the actual car from a visual on the screen?
It's actually a lot of things in the pandemic have got much harder, but actually the car buying process got a lot easier for a lot of people. There's no substitution for test driving a car. Still got to do that. Dealerships are making that process very safe. But what has got a lot easier is people getting everything done before they head to the dealership. So let's talk about how that works. You get online with something like Capital One's Auto Navigator. You search for your financing options. You can get pre-qualified for financing. There you can actually do everything that you need to do before you head to the dealership. You've done it with a house before. Now you can do it with a car. You can change the amount of that you borrow. You can also get your personalized interest rate. You can also manipulate a lot of the things so they work out personally for you. Then you can search your local inventory for a vehicle. You can find out what's available to you instead of driving up and down Auto Mall Row and finding out what's at local dealerships. You can search that real-time inventory online. And then the final thing is then you just print out what you found online. Then you print out your pre-qualification for financing, and then you go and do the test drive as the final portion. Then if you're happy with the vehicle, then you go into the dealership and sign the paperwork with the dealer. So what it's done is it's sped up the whole buying process, and people are actually getting through the dealership a lot quicker now that they're getting everything done before they head to the dealership.
Gee, that actually, as you said, that has been a benefit for this kind of a large purchase. Are people looking for something a little different? Have you found trends a little different? I see behind you a Mini Cooper. Is that a classic or is that a new version of a Mini?
This is one of their special race editions. It's kind of interesting. We talk about what are people looking for. The one thing that we found, and Capital One just dropped their new survey, and that gives us information about what shoppers are looking for in car buying. One of the interesting things is in 2018, when they did the same survey, only 14% of people said that the car buying process was transparent. The big jaw drop is for 2020. Now 40% of people are saying that the car buying process is more transparent. And I think people are looking for more transparency when they buy a vehicle. And I think it's only going to get more transparent as we move forward. The digital process is making the car buying process more transparent. It doesn't matter if you're looking for a truck or you're looking for a sedan or a wagon or an SUV. Everybody wants to know exactly what they're buying, and the fact is that everybody's being transparent with each other. And I think that's what the digital process is doing for everybody, is making the process itself more transparent. And I think that's what consumers are actually looking for, more transparency in the process. And I think that's one of the things that Capital One's Auto Navigator is giving to you, more transparency in the car buying process. And that's probably the most important thing.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Well, Nick, where can we go for more information? And we thank you so much. Wish you a happy holidays. But before you go, where can we get more information?
More information can be found quite easily if you want to go shopping on the web and get pre-qualified for financing at CapitalOne.com/cars. That's CapitalOne.com/cars. Or you can download the Auto Navigator app from the Apple App Store. That's the easy way to do it. And then you put the power of your pocket, the power of buying in your pocket. The other thing I always tell everybody is let's put the fun back in car buying. Test driving and dreaming are completely free. We should all do more of it.
That sounds good to me. Thank you. Happy holidays, and love your Mini Cooper shout out in the back.
Thank you, and same to you.
Thanks.